Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In the last video we saw all this stuff. I will show you quick backgrounds on the back of it so that we have on the both the sides something to do on the watercolor basis, and then we will put the stuff together. So I'm not doing any fancy thing. These are my Jane Craft colors. You can use any. I have Vincent Newton also. I put them in these. There are so many ways to, oops, it got stuck. Okay, so these are dried. So there are so many ways to do the stuff. I'm gonna just activate first them by adding the water with the drop. So I use these bottle whenever I'm on the go. So this was like the small piece of water bottle with me. Basically it's a salad dressing bottle and I use it in this way. I just empty it out, and whenever I go I have a glass of water or something, and then I can put it inside, so I can use to reactivate my colors, as well as I can use it to put the so let's do first this one. Okay, so I always whenever I want to do, you can just put spray little bit so that the texture of the surface become wet. Now it's wet. Now we will do wet on wet technique, but at the same time what happen now, when you put the water, it's like little bit bulky, but don't worry, I will not put this side the framing structure. Use the bigger brush like these. If you are doing the washes, this one is number 10 and 12. Whatever big brush you have, you can use these kind of mob brushes also, or if you have these brushes, the sword brushes, they are for the big paintings, but they also have the very much of the feathery effect. You can use these kind of brushes also. This one is the flat brush, but you will have the big brush to get that thing done easily. Okay, then I'm gonna put a little bit of water. Let's choose the color. So I will go kind of yellow to kind of orange, and then maybe red and pink, something like that, in the warm color thing. You can add little bit of lemon yellow as well as, so it will not exactly the gradient wash, but it will have that color combinations of them. I'm trying to filling all of the white spaces going around it, and if still have, don't worry, it's your drawing, you can decide what you want to do. And or we can just go with all of it with the yellow, and we can try the other techniques like the negative painting technique. We can do that also. So basically I'm here using two yellows, the lemon yellow as well as the turmeric yellow. You can add little bit of orange also, and make sure when we're gonna fold these thing, if you didn't watch the previous video, I'll please go ahead and watch that, where you will get the idea why we are doing all this stuff together, so that we can create a watercolor book. So you can use it for journaling, or you can use it for watercolor practice. This is on the go thing. You can do the same thing in your watercolor sketchbook, or anything. So I will just do this wash. In the previous video I talk so fast, so in the previous video one of my subscribers tell me that I love to use your ideas, but you talk so fast, so that she can't get it there, and I totally understand that part. I have that tendency because I have like so many ideas going in my mind. So sometimes I write scripts, sometimes I just go intuitively that whatever I want to do, like today, and then I want to share all of those ideas with others. So it happens that way. Now remember, here we just put the wash. Now if you want to just get more creative, you can add little bit of splatter. We can do this with the orange color. How much your paper is wet, depending on that, how much that water gonna spread, like this. Or if your really using a nice quality paper, you can just spritz it one more time. You can put some color in this bottle. You can put the shimmery color in this bottle, or you can put little bit of pearl powder in the bottle, so you will get the shimmery effect. Here we will just put it just like that. I'll try to put it flat on the other surface, and we will work on the other one. So next one we can do dry on dry, again wet on wet. It's totally depend how you want to do. Here remember, we're gonna fold it in half, so we will get two papers. If this you want to see which one is your up and down, you can just mark. So this is this coming down, I want this is coming down, so I can put these, and accordingly I'll plan my colors. And you can use different brushes to create different kind of effects also. You can just wet all your, so mixed media paper also works great with this. After you want to add water, you can add something else with the mixed media like acrylic colors. If you don't have watercolors, if you have gouache, you can use those also. Gouache are not that transparent, but you can work them like a watercolor by just adding the more water in them. Oh, I can show you that on this. Let's do it. So I use Arteza gouache. Okay, so these are my gouache, and sometimes I forgot that I have a gouache, and they when I put them in lot of water or things like that, sometimes they got kind of fungus on them, and I will show you what I'm trying to say, because sometimes I don't use them regularly. But Arteza gouache is good, I like it very much. So what I did, if your paint got contaminated with the other color, or if you got lice fungus on them or something like that which you don't like, you can just tear apart a little bit of paper, and that's just, you know, wash it off, take that much there, and it's good to go. So for this one, the back side is blue, so which shade should we go? Like here you can see, I want to show you again. So this is not the, you can just, you know, grab all that black thing. I think I put the black brush there, and then you can just, you know, whatever contamination is happen, you can just remove that. Okay, so I'll go with this color. Now you can see whenever you use gouache, it's like opaque color. Those are like, watercolors are the transparent one, gouache are the opaque one. But if you add more water to them, they become little bit transparent. Maybe the granulation part is not there, as we can see, but still you will get a good background. If you want to do, you can do watercolors on them, you can mix gouache and watercolor all together. So here I will just add a little bit of pink and red, kind of little bit of muted shades here, and I'm just covering the whole thing. Now there is a one matte shade here, and I'm just adding that. So sometimes they didn't mix that well like the watercolors, but I think still it's okay to give it a try and see what we can go in them. So I just make these papers, and I'm gonna put them aside so that you will have idea that how I create all those backgrounds. If I got the footage of that, I'm gonna use that, I will post it. And then it's like, wash your brushes, clean your thing. Mostly I use paper towels when I need it, otherwise I use these kind of kitchen rugs, and I can just toss them in the with my clothes in the washer, and they wash very well. For particular technique where I want do something particular, then I use the paper. Okay, So this is the thing. And when I use the paper, if you put all of your materials on the paper or the baby wipes, you will get these kind of nice funny mixed media kind of rag papers, and you can use them in your art also. So whenever I use these, I just lay them flat. If they are not laying flat, you can just put little bit of water, lay them flat, or hang them on the something like a pin like this, and you will get another mixed media thing with you. So that is also a fun part. Sometimes I put like this and then I use the colors on this, so I get the colorful paper out of it. Okay, so that thing you can consider to do. Next thing is your stencils. So you can bought the stencils from market. You will get many stencils, the flower, the things. Maybe I'll show you some, and then you can use those for the watercolors. Okay, so I have these ones. This is from India, but you can have any big stencils, or you can have some nice stencils, or you can create your own, like the flower vase or something like that. And then what you can see is what you like about the color, and you can use those stencils as a window. So this technique, this is the very old technique, but I shared this technique in the last video, but I talked so fast that the person, actually I told you, right, that a person don't means she don't like it that I talk fast, because she wants to use those. So I gonna repeat those. So now you can see, if I want particularly that one with this little bit, so I can cut this paper and put it. So this will work for any paper you have, and you can create a beautiful things with papers like that. So if I have like these papers, these are the leftover papers, leftover jelly prints from something else. So what I can do is, these are the die cut ones, but you can create your own, and I will show you that also. So if I just decided to stress it out, cut that portion and stick them on my watercolor backgrounds, like I can just stress out this one, or you can draw with the simple hand drawing, and you will get this stuff. If you have more papers like watercolor papers and something like that, and you don't have enough things to create the big thing, so you can add these kind of stuff, the half of it and half of it, and that will also give a very beautiful kind of textures, you can see. And you can use dyes for that, but if you don't have dyes, you can create your own, and I will show you that. So basically you just need any hard paper which is having little bit of thickness, like this one as the rough paper, which we can use for that. I just washed my brush. So now I will just see that if you want to create a template, right, if I want to create a vase, so what will I do? I'll just draw one symmetrical line. I'm just doing it freehand. You can go ahead and mark everything. If you love to walk in the grids, you can just go ahead and use pencils if you want the perfect thing. If you want a little bit abstract and things like that, you can do that. So I'm gonna just create a abstract kind of shape of a vase. Which is my own creation, right? And I can just give this little bit here, and now I want to cut this portion inside, so I will get that window. So first of all, I don't want the excess paper to work with. I'm gonna cut that rough paper like that. Now here, so there are many ways you can just fold it in half, and then poke like this, and then choose a smaller size scissors like these ones, and just, you know, go there in the corners first, and then you can just work around it. Okay, you can do same things for collage also. And then I just want this vase, something like this, and I can use my small scissors to do that. If some shapes are pretty intricate and you feel that, oh, this will not work, so you can just use the scalp bone like this and just, you know, cut, move the paper, and you can go with that. So it's totally depend what material you have, what instruments you have, the same time how it want to be look, you want to create with that. Okay, so now I maybe need some couple of more. Now you can use this as stencils also. If you do this with the cereal box and stuff like that, which is having the thinner material, or this kind of packaging material where you have this thinner material, so your template gonna last long than you think. You can use these templates for the other stuff also, and by using these kind of sponges, this is a simple sponge, and you can create the textures with it. Like I have few papers which I just painted, gel printed, and I will show you. So you can use this technique, like if I want to use yellow, okay, if I choose this paper, okay, so this is the rough paper, and then I can just, you know, put this much, trace the line just like that. Or if I want to use these two colors, I can just trace the line and use that. Leftover piece is a negative, I can use that, but it will also create a nice look. And with these, let's create something. So I'm gonna choose maybe something like this. So it is having that shadow also, or you can go like this also, but this vase is taller, so let's go the taller way. Now the way you find the stuff, the way it gonna look, it's totally depend. If you want really abstract, you can draw the shapes directly behind the paper and you can cut that. I will show you that part also. So this side is my green thing, so I don't want to see what's going on the back side. I just want the abstract shapes. Maybe this kind of shape I am intended to. Remember, if you make more detailed drawing, you have to cut it nicely, right? If I make these kind of drawing, I have to cut very nicely, and I have to make sure that my scissors goes in here, or I have to put the other stuff. You can draw the flowers also. Maybe I'll draw a few flowers. If you don't want to draw like that, you can use the punch also. But punch will give a really, what do you say, a really neat look. So if you are willing to do that, that is also totally fine. So how I create this paper is I just make these marks with the big chisel pen of Sharpie permanent marker, and then I use this paper to just remove the color from my brayer to there. Okay, so now I need to cut this flower vase. Again, if you don't want to cut the flower vase like this, you can just you know, went back and used the method like we just cut the flowers, or you can cut directly shape without the stencils. So that is a little bit braver idea you can do. So let's see our things are drying or not. So I can choose now. Does it look good on it here? No, I think I need some different one. Okay, so if I want to put this here, it's like tone on tone effect. If I want to put this here, and then I can put the grab and some put flowers on them. This is still wet, so I can use the hair dryer, but I can put these, or what I can do, I can put some papers with me, one scissor and a glue stick on the go, and then I can just, you know, add this stuff there to create a beautiful marks on them. So I want to show you the paper I'm talking about. So you can see I put all kind of colors on it. Maybe I don't know, whatever I put, the ink, the gouache, the watercolor, but this paper now become a nice thick little bit of paper, and I can use it in my journal wherever I want, or I can just strip it down and use only that strip to put somewhere else, or I can use it on the paper snippet rolls. Okay, so this is the stamp I make. You can make your rubber stamp. So this is the thing. Now you can create these kind of collages on your background. This is my white background, but you can create a different, like you can create all these collages with the white and black paper on it, and then you can do something like that on it. Sewing is the optional thing. You can hand sew it, or you can just, you know, put the things like here. If I want to put that collage in my journal, so this is the paper, this is the things like, you know, we use to scrap our brush or things like that, but when you want to use that, it become a really nice idea. And we can just put all this together. In the next video I will show you what I'm trying to say and how we can create that. So there are many things with me happening. Sometimes I create a stamp, sometimes I create a stuff, and you know, we can just put all that together. We can put this here, so maybe I'll add more marks on them, maybe I'll add some paper script on them. Sometimes I have these kind of stuff, maybe I will add flowers on it. You know, it's totally depend what mood I am in at that time, and that gonna work for me. I can put these shapes on them. So black and white color, it's totally depend to find your combinations and turn them into a really nice fun work out of it. So I hope you enjoyed these techniques also which I showed you, and we will do some more techniques in upcoming video. So this one is the strip of the tea bag paper which is having flowers. So I can just cut this flower and stick here on it to create my watercolor collage paper. So as my paper is still wet, before doing this I'm gonna fold it so that it will fold really nicely. What happened, when you put the water on it, the strand between the paper, the fibers between the paper got a little bit loose. So that you have this, you can put a big book on it to just, you know, put down the stuff. I'm gonna do that for this also, and then we will use them and we'll create the book at the end of the series when we have enough pages to do it. So okay, so now we have these, right, and I can show you how they're gonna look very nice all together. I can put this page here. You can just mix match your pages. You can see you can add a couple of more pages in it as we go. You can put a big rubber band or the elastic thread around it, and you can remove those pages, put it again, do your work, put back, and that will give a very fun watercolor journal book.